Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Thursday morning trading room. You'll have to excuse me, I'm fighting off a little bit of a cold here. Picked it up from our grandson on the weekend. He's a little bit of a germ factory. All right, so the market's just opening up and a really brisk start to the day. The buyers putting on a really good show here right out of the gate. And this, after yesterday's session, relatively quiet overall. Oh, looks like the overnight was really active, but the day session, a couple of big swings. And then a big rally up through the Asian session, and then a big reversal during the European session. So quite the day. Now we're looking at a rally out of the open. This is not uncommon to see the market, if there's a well-defined trend in the overnight, as we have here, it is not uncommon to see the market try to reverse that out of the open. So a little note to self when you're looking at your charts in the morning, something you may anticipate. We'll see how hard the buyers can push back, though. So we had that initial little run up. Now they're settling in a little bit. Still very early, of course. Okay, the Raptor here now producing a number 1 signal. Given that it's still very early, given that the market made this really quick run up, I would probably be more inclined to look at a second push entry opportunity here. So all that means is we allow the signal to engage, we see where the market flinches, and then we would enter above above that zone. The other problem I'm having with this trade is, where am I going to cover it? I suppose at the very least I could have covered it here to the hard edge. All right, well, we'll put that on the shelf for now. just kind of give them a few minutes, let the dust settle. Looks like this particular trade did manage to get up to its profit objective, whether you entered here or there. Looks like we're just found the profit target. So a good result from that. Things looking really bullish right now, though, so I'm going to favor buying opportunity, I think. Oh, way to go, Mark. Mark says, good morning, Eric. Well, good morning, Mark. Mark says, took a huge trade before the market opened this morning, rode it down from 69.34 down to 6,900. Nicely done. Let's take a look here. I know Mark's following the Falcon. So 69.34, that would have been around here, around this trend change. Yeah, that was a very steady move, wasn't it? Good job. And then Mark says, I took the late filter entry on the reverse right here. And still in that one. Mark writes, wow, what a day. Yes, what a day indeed. Good job. There's a lot of reports that come out about an hour before the North American Open. Well, I shouldn't say a lot, but some influential reports can come out about an hour before the North American Open. And you can get some fairly active markets pre-market. There's no shortage of volume. And the volatility, of course, is there, which is what you want. So if you're an early riser or you happen to be in a time zone that you can take a look at that pre-market stuff, it's something to keep in mind. All right, it looks like we're getting a little bit of a counter trend move now. The bunch of tools turning over here. The Raptor itself producing a number 2 signal. This is a pretty ambitious move, but I'm thinking maybe the sellers are going to try to regain some of that overnight action. This may turn out to be a gigantic bear flag. And I think I might try to stretch it out a little. Okay, so stops at break even. We do have some room to move here, you know. We could see the market trying to get back. Well, I don't know. The low of the morning would be a pretty ambitious move. Didn't. Didn't make it to the hard edge just yet. I have a feeling I may have got tagged a little bit early. First micro macro cross signal here on the Hawk. Early trend change signal here on the Falcon. The Falcon and the Raptor coinciding on that. And it looks like, are they going to press lower or not? Way to go, Ryman. Ryman says, I scalped this trade and got $154. I'm done for the day. I got my goal. Good job. Mark says he's out too. He anticipated a bounce at 6,900, but not quite this big of a bounce. I know. Wasn't that a huge move? Crazy start to the month, Mark says. Just wow. Yes, you're right. Very brisk start to the month. Okay, so a couple decent follow-up signals here now. We're back into the hard edge of the trading band, so we're going to anticipate some sort of reaction. And we pretty much have the market in a lock right now. It's either going to break the support and head lower, or it's going to try to rally back up to the highs and maybe take out the highs. All right, let's put that on the shelf. We're producing a hard edge bounce here on the Raptor. We're producing a red bar buy on the Eagle. We've got a green bar sell that we can look to buy a failure of. And we're working an early trend change signal here in the Falcon as well. So a few things making this market look rather bullish. Let's take a look here at the Falcon. We've got a trend change signal in place, and we have a second push entry. Oh, they're running away on me here. Let's try that again. A Okay, first micro macro cross now, a number one signal here on the Raptor. So, like I said, we got a few things kind of lining up here. Okay, we've got this market in a bind now. So we're getting a number two signal to short below the lows. We've got a number one signal, so you could bracket here. You could buy above this high, you could sell below this low. Whichever way the market goes from here, it's very likely to have a little bit of follow through to it. So all I'm doing is now a second push entry off this number two signal, essentially treating it like a sideways trading range, a tiny little trading range like that. All right, I'm going to give this one a little bit extra room. We'll see if it doesn't follow through for me. Nuts. Okay, so I'm rolling my break even in here. Next time the market pushes down, if it gets back toward these lows, I'll take the break even. Oh, if it's going to give it to me, come on, you guys. Just need one more bar lower here. Nope, not giving it to me just yet. Julian says two big ISM numbers at 7 at the top of the hour. Probably will be very choppy until then. Trying to get a little bearish follow through here, but they are reluctant. Okay, I'm going to bring my stops in a little bit. Probably here just above the 69.40 area. We've got some reactions here. Obviously, this reaction here. All right, well, that wasn't quite what I had in mind. Come on, get going. No, they're going to reverse and tag me here. So we've got the number one signal. All right. Well, that's all right. It was worth a try, and you can see we got filled here on the Falcon trade. I don't normally do this, reverse on a trade, but I will allow it to go this time. So they didn't want to head lower. Let's see what they do to try to go higher now. Oh, come on. All right. Well, let's snap it up here to break even. You can tell by the width of these bars, there's not a whole lot of volume going through here. I'm using the dynamic equivolume bars from Indicator Warehouse. Equivolume bars simply means that the bars will paint wider or narrower depending on how much volume is on the bar. So thin bars mean less volume, thick bars mean more. Right now they're not playing nice. Okay, well, we're coming back now with a late filter entry on the Falcon here again. So the trend line doesn't change color, the filter out of sync, back into sync. This tends to be a fairly reliable signal on the Falcon. And you can see I'm giving up a few ticks to enter above that last swing. You could even enter above this swing here on the other side of the support line. Might be even more probable for an entry. All right, did they slip me? No, not that time. And here too, I'm going to try to run this one a little bit, especially as we get closer. Well, these are the highs of the morning, I believe. Yeah, so we're above the highs of the morning. Come on, keep going. There we go. Just give me the one swing. Okay, 1 second here. How am I doing? I'm probably going to move to the more aggressive bar high-low, given my earlier loss. Mark is asking, I wish the trade manager would let you place a trade below the market and wait for the market to bring you into a long trade, or vice versa on a short. But it has to be below already to allow you to submit the trade. Ever been any discussion on making that a reality? Maybe I'm not doing something correctly. Yeah, Mark, I think you're talking about using a limit order. And I will show you that here in a moment. Most of the time, I prefer to use a stop order. A stop order just means that the market has to trade through that price in order for your order to be filled. But let's say, for instance, you wanted to buy at 69.48. You could use a limit order. You can place your order at 69.48, place your stop loss wherever, and now your order will not be filled unless the market gets down to 69.48. We also have stop limit orders, which are designed to reduce slippage, and market orders. Now, a market order, you're going to set up your trade, say like this. As soon as you submit your order, you will buy in at whatever the current market price is. So regardless of how you set up your trade, it's just like hitting the buy button. Not entirely sure why the programmers decided to give us a market order, but there you go, you have it. Okie dokie. All right, so a nice little push higher there. Yeah, Mark says, I generally use a stop too, but a limit order makes sense. Thanks. Well, you're welcome. I think I knew that, but tend to use Trade Manager to place everything. I'll train myself to use both methods though. The thing with using limit orders is you tend to be more predictive. Or if the market is within a well-defined sideways range, limit orders are handy. So for instance, if you this isn't really a big sideways range, but let's say you deem the market to be in a sideways range, you could place a limit order to buy here at the bottom end of the range and look for the market to bring you in and hopefully not drift too low and stop you out. And it's an easy way to capitalize on a trade because, of course, you're getting in early, but you're guessing, you're anticipating what the market's going to do, which is no small feat. Yes, Mark says a limit order is useful on second push entries. Yes, that's true. You know, if you produce a signal and the signal is here and you're looking for the market to give you some sort of reaction before you get in. Okay, I waited too long on this one, but you get the idea. The signal, here, let's say this one. The signal produces, this is a trend change signal on the Falcon. The market goes up. Here now is your second push opportunity. So rather than enter up here, you could try to enter back down there on a limit. If the market comes down, it will bring you in. So yeah, I could see that. Sure, why not? Yeah, Mark says, good talk. That was exactly what I was getting at. Well, we seem to be slowing a little. Good follow through on all the early signals here this morning. Here was your first eagle signal, your first in sync eagle signal. Oh, or was that? It might have been one earlier. Oh, actually, right here, a couple of minutes out of the open, it gave you a lot of heat on the trade before it came back with a red bar buy. But we seem to be getting a little top heavy. they're now a number 2 signal. So um, the Raptor being a little bit early here on the counter trend move. The Hawk not quite there yet, although we are changing our trend lines, and now we're going to produce a first micro-macro cross lower. The Falcon also starting to turn over a little bit. So it's looking like we could get a pullback here to the hard edge of the trading band. And this a pretty aggressive short below this number 2 signal. Do I dare try to run it out again? Oh, Eric, you are a glutton for punishment. The sellers got their work cut out for them in spite of the substantial overnight move. The buyers definitely strong today. But we got a little bit of a double top slash test of the extreme, a number 2 signal. Hard edge is the target for the trade. But I'm asking a lot here from the sellers. They got to show up in a big way. If we can get below 69.50, I think we'll pick up a few more sellers. And at the very least, we'll get down here to the hard edge, which is actually where I should have my break even. Come on, here we go. Wow, we're really stuck. We'll hold on here for a little bit still, but okay. Now we're getting a little bit of a trickle lower. Nope. Spoke too soon. Wow. Well, what can I say? We're stuck. I think the sellers are going to try to um, knock the market down here a little bit. Oh, Floyd says, look at the ADX on the 30-second chart. It's below 20. So the market really lacking a trend, and we can kind of see that developing here right now. Getting a little bit of a bullish pushback. And if they fail at this point, if the buyers fail at this point, then there's a very good chance that the market will try to head lower. And here we are with yet another number 2 single. Wow. They are stuck today, no question. After a very, very strong rally to start, kind of put the brakes on. Yeah, Floyd says crude oil is stuck too. Just seems to be the kind of day it is right now. Excuse me, folks. I got a sneeze coming on. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Going through Kleenex like crazy. Here they are making a run back toward the highs. I might actually just give them a couple more ticks there. I hate getting tagged on a quick little move through a high, only to watch the market reverse. I know that the market is getting congested. I know that there's selling going on up here. There's obviously buying going on down here. We need to see how the sellers are going to push back, if they're going to push back. And so far, no. No, I'm going to get tagged on this one too. Darn it. Just dug myself out of a hole and put myself back in a hole. Oh, welcome to the wonderful world of trading. Yeah. Well, there you go. There's the evils of counter trend trading. Trying to move against the dominant trend. Oh, don't tell me that they're going to head lower now. Ah, that's just what I was talking about. They just sneak a little bit higher, enough to tag you out. And then they come back with a reversal. Okay, well, we're just kind of stuck sideways here. We're still very much in an uptrend. Okay, we're back into the hard edge. The hawk starting to turn over again, as is the falcon. I'm really disappointed that the market traded just a couple of ticks high enough to tag me out. But it looks like we may be getting another reversal, actually. It's not that I'm stuck on shorting the market, but you see how we're getting this sideways congestion? So we're in a little bit of a trading range. You could obviously wait for the market to get outside of the trading range. Or here is a number 2 signal developing, and there it is right there. Are they going to give me a chance to set it up? I'll just get ready on the sell button. Come on. Oh, we know there's buying there. Look at that. We got some buying going on at around the 69.50 area. Okay, let's make sure I didn't get slipped. No, I did not. Stops ideally should be actually above that swing high. Well, the buyers are refusing to let go of this market. All right, we're going to see the market trying to retest these lows here. There we go. Now we're seeing some of the buyers leaving the market. Oh, just kissed the profit target, didn't give it to me, scoundrels. Come on. There we go. Okay, got the first profit target. And now I'll go on with the parabolics. And we'll see if we can't get a little bit of follow through on this. Got to dig myself out of that hole again. No, don't look too far back. I'll hold my stops here for a second. Wow. I didn't expect 69.43 to hold the market. I thought, wow, next line down here, 69.25, that would definitely be a home run. Don't know if we're going to get quite that low, but that would be very nice. A little bit of bullish pushback. Got to try to ride it out. All right, here we go. Yeah, Scott says, LOL, oh man, the way it hit you and missed. I'm glad it came back down. You know, I did here, I'm still bemoaning my loss on this because I was right about the trade. Counter trend trades, with trend trades, you know, you got to leave as big a stop as you can manage. Oh, Julian's watching the VWAP. She says it's 69.43 quarter, always sticky. Oh, and they tagged me out. Well, that's all right. That was a good trade. I think I recovered my earlier loss on that one. Let's do the math here. Yes. Hooray for me. Well, we're in a holding pattern once more. Scott, I'm thinking the exact same thing. Scott says, so we opened deep in the short area, but for the day we are up. So are we trending long or short? I'm wondering the same thing. Is the market bullish or is it bearish? Short term, I suppose we're bullish. But we're seeing decent moves higher and lower. Let's find out. Scott asks, what does the mark think? Have you got a bias today, Mark? You leaning one way or the other? You know, I could see a buy signal coming from this because we can't be the only ones here scratching our heads wondering, is this market in an uptrend today? Or is it in a bigger downtrend? I didn't throw a FEB level on it, but I wouldn't be surprised if this was about 50% of the overnight downtrend. Julian, I sympathize. I've been there. Julian says, terrible day for me, down 1,400. Had computer issues and tried to push a few trades. I should know better. Oh, I know. There's nothing like trading to humble you. Good answer here from Mark. Mark says, I wish I knew. I just look for my high probability signals either way. And there's a lesson in there. Okay, well, we're getting some bullishness going on again. So we'll see whether, oh, there's our number one signal. And we're getting a second push opportunity on this. We've pretty much got to cover it down here. That's the unfortunate thing. Is there's not enough structure through here. I suppose you could try to get by with covering it around the hard edge of the trading band, but you know, we're looking for the buyers now to recover the market. Wow, it didn't get slipped again. It keeps looking like it's hopping on the fill, but it didn't slip me, which is nice. See if we can't get it up there to the break even near the highs of the morning. And of course, this is where the sellers kind of stepped in before, so it's only natural to expect them to try to do that again. And you know, the primary resistance up here, so if you're looking to stretch the trade, that looks like a pretty good target to me. And break even here on the high, that's swing high. All right, I'll force the trade to break even now. Come on, get up there. Give me that breakout. You can do it. There you go. Come on. Somebody get in there on the other side of 69.62. My goodness. Oh, thanks. Ryman says we're at yesterday's close at the 69.50 area, so that was down here where we produce that number one signal, or near there. Come on, big push. There we go. Got the break even. There we go. Okay, getting a little traction now. And another reaction to the breakout above this high. Scott asks, Eric, were you losing trades all before 7? The one was. The other one was this one here that I tried to short, that number 2 signal. I think it was this number 2 signal right around here. I got short. I couldn't ride out the swing. I couldn't hold on long enough. I find that for me personally, that first half hour of trading is a little tricky, especially at the quarter to the hour mark. 6:45 Pacific, 9:45 Eastern. And very often you'll get a really promising looking signal and no follow through. All right, well, that worked out okay. We got comparable signals here on the Hawk as well. So you got your first micro macro cross there, working a macro pullback on the Hawk now. Trend change signal here on the Falcon. We got a red bar buy signal here in the Eagle. This one obviously easier to take in hindsight. Doing it real time, I'm okay with the Eagle. Price is actually breaking below the band. I don't like to see the band flip over too much, however. This would have been an easier red bar buy signal to take than this one. But it did have decent follow through to it. But like I said, it would have been much easier trading this one in hindsight than real time. Hey, way to go, Julian. Julian says, yay, in the black finally. That's a good feeling. All right, well, we're kind of bouncing around again a little bit. I don't think I'm going to try shorting again. Let's see if I've learned my lesson. Okay, Mark's asking here about this late filter entry signal. Mark asks, the Falcon late filter has a gold before the red, not so good with gold, then red filter. No, it really doesn't matter. I don't really remember why why the programmers put a yellow option in with the Falcon, but there you go, you have it. This is still a viable signal. It is still a late filter entry signal. The problem with this trade is covering the position, right? Covering it here, you're kind of within the range, you're within striking distance. You could count that swing one, swing two, that at least puts you around halfways of this last rally. The crest in the trend line is always a decent place to put a stop loss. So if you can afford it, the trade would look something like this. And unfortunately, you just got to hang on here for a little bit to try to ride it out. You can see we're making a little bit of a sideways congestion. If the market actually breaks 69.59, there should be one more pushback, I think. And at that point, I would start rolling up my stops. The markets have a tendency to do things in threes. So 1, 2, third push higher, 1, 2, 3, third push lower. It may actually go lower from here. All right, here we go. We're getting the follow through. So at this point, I would consider bringing my stops here. If the market fails to get above these highs, it's very likely going to reverse and challenge the lows and quite possibly head deeper still. I don't want to hang on if they're going to go stop hunting. I would rather, take my lumps early. You could even start rolling more aggressively. Go bar for bar or even go to break even. You've seen me do this before. When the market gets up here, it's either, okay, you're either going to go or you're going to take me out at break even. After this bar, I'm a bit of a chicken, mind you, but I would definitely consider a break-even stop at this point. Excuse me. All right, and there you go. Would have got the break-even tag, and I'd be okay with that. The market, the morning seems to have gotten kind of choppy after a really nice start to the day. And, well, it looks like they will trickle up to get to that late filter target. Let me put that back. Oh, not quite there yet. Well, if you didn't take the break even earlier and you're running on auto break even, your stops are probably sitting at break even now. Well, overall, I think we can anticipate a little bit more bullishness. I would not be surprised at all to see the market recover here to the primary support line and maybe even the median line. I know that's pretty ambitious. That would put us back within Wednesday's trading range somewhere. So I think we can maintain our bullishness on the market. And just see where that takes us. I don't know if we're going to get another trade here this morning. Ooh, look at him go. Well, you definitely hit your late filter target. Oh, and then the Falcon comes back with yet another late filter entry signal right here. So back-to-back late filter entry signals. I would actually, when they produce at or near the same price, I consider it the same signal. I don't consider it two separate signals. And we tagged the primary support line, and we got ourselves a little bit of a reaction. Big surprise. Not really. All right, gang, looks like we're heading back into a little bit of a retracement mode here. I think we're going to button up shop for the morning, call it a day. We'll do it all over again tomorrow. Friday's always making for interesting trading days. And unless anyone has any questions, we'll close up here. Like I said, if you're going to continue trading today, I think you're going to be better off as a buyer than a seller. I would not get too aggressive on the short side, so long as we're above this whole 69.40, 69.50 area. All right. I will see you tomorrow. Have yourselves a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.